EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Bulls of Rio de Janeiro. Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Richardson to throw off play action. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Pioneer! Seven Pirates! Panther 60! Panther 60! Ready?
They go play action with Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now it's Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Ready.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. Fights forward at the 20. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
On first down, right back to Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd and 9. Off play action, Richardson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. And Bateman, he'll go in motion right here. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. Rashawn Bateman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bulls put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Point after try forthcoming. And it's good to make it 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. First down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and a couple. Off play action. Logan flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Play action. Now Richardson. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the...
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Marvin Mims, 57 yards. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you find it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Oh, there is going to be a safety.
All right, Paul, the juice is running on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
Fielded just inside the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Hey, check that streak.
Richardson off the play fake. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Intercepted by Washington. The Commanders take over first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Logan. This one into the hands of Pitts. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Singletary, they'll go off the middle. And he stopped immediately there. on the play there, second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Singletary again. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. So here's a 3rd and 14. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. And his kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Let's go.
2nd and 7.
Bronco 80. Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll go again with Hall. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Breece Hall. And touchdown. Breece Hall with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. Now 2nd and 3. From the 50, here's Fields. And incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Fields changing the play. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They get this out quickly to the left side. Down the left sideline. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Complete to number 14, DK Metcalf. No gain on the play.
Play action. It's Fields.
At the 17.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Hold it ready.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Big Lion.
Richardson looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. That is caught. And he's brought down. 17 yards there on 3rd down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
First and 10, it's Richardson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for the touchdown. Breece Hall in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bulls will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Now, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
This position, trying to get back into the game. Teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit. And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Operating from the gun, Logan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Back to throw again. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check smash, hurt, hurt. Right there, hurt.
The slot man in motion right. On first and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Hey, smash Bronco. Let's go. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Here we go.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Panther Street. Ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get it inside the 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Go, Reed, go.
They'll run with Hall. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Breece Hall, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bulls have got it on cruise control.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we're running here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Young Wei Koo is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. They're focused.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 145 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Eagles! 60 Eagles! Go check! Go check! Alert!
Here's Hall again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Richardson going to shift things up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hall want to give up the middle. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. 48 yards. And the Bulls Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go, set. Tiger.
Throwing on first down. Logan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Now it's Richardson. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Let's go now.
Washington on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the
They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That swung out wide to Harris. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards the pickup, 1st down Washington. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And You have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now a 2nd and 10.
Left side. Chip's clear. Hey, can. Get high.
Now it's Fields. Cockwell holds it in left side. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves.
Here we go.
But they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Alpha. West side, fit. Sit high.
Fields now to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Aubrey good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
18 Cardinal. Check, hurt. Check, go.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Hurt.
Off play action. Richardson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8.
70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Call again. Down to the 25. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Viking 18. 70 Lions. Go.
Play action. Now Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem...
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Okay, break. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he's got it. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
Street.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here.
And the Commander defense able to hold.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here we go, son.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Out, let's go. Justin. Straight.
On play action, Fields.
Catch is made by Metcalf. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Here we go.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
You got a mini base.
Now Fields.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind